Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today I prepare an easy dessert with fresh in-season plums, Plumble. I also visit the new and improved Golden Star Theater in Austintown. But first, Niles honors its hometown heroes. Well, if you go down the streets of Niles, Ohio, you see all these gorgeous banners honoring those who have served. And Mayor Steve Minkevich, this is such a nice program, and you call this Hometown Heroes.
Yes, the Hometown Heroes program.
How many banners are on your streets?
We have this year 130 veterans banners, all dedicated to former service members or active service members who are our hometown heroes.
I mean, I think it is so cool because when I drive through Niles, I take an extra route and try to look at all the names, and the families submit those. Is that how that works? They get the applications online?
Yes, we put the applications out in January, and because it's such a big buzz, you got to get them in January.
Because you were limited, you said, at 130.
Mid-February, yes, we limit them to 130. Mid-February, we're sold out. So applications start coming in 1st of January, and we try to get up the ones who have not been up yet.
Yes.
We try to give them first priority and put a new face up on Main Street, Robbins Avenue, State Street. It's just been a hit the last 2 years. Some other communities have similar programs.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, myself, my Veterans Board, the Park Board, and our Park Director, we all got together and said, let's do something cool and creative to honor our heroes.
And they're up for a while. I mean, Memorial Day to Veterans Day.
Sure. They go up. Our crews start putting them up about the week before Memorial Day. We have them all up by Memorial Weekend, and they last throughout the spring, summer, and we take them down the week after Veterans Day.
I mean, it really is quaint, and it brings that small town. I just think it's a really great idea. And you became mayor just a few years ago, and you really came in under some times.
Sure.
Handling the pandemic and all these issues. How did it go? How'd you like your first term as mayor?
Well, we came in with a plan, came in with a vision, and we executed. You know, there was some ups and downs and some speed bumps across, but we got through it, and today's a different Niles than it was a few years back. And we're doing things with a vision, we're doing things in a progressive manner. Our finances are solid, we're solvent, and again, the most important thing, in my opinion, is to have my constituents trust in me and our other elected officials, and that's what we're doing. We're doing things above board, and we're showing improvement, and we're trying to create a Niles, a new Niles, and a Niles we can move forward and be proud of.
Yeah.
We don't just want to throw these up and have people drive by. We want to bring people down to walk around, to park and walk around and take a look at each one of these banners. And throughout their walk, stop at our newly opened coffee shop, Cadence Coffee.
I saw
right
that.
down on Main Street, or stop in the McKinley Memorial.
I mean, this
in the
McKinley
Stone
Memorial
yeah.
is unbelievable. I went through it. We featured it on the show, as a matter of fact. It is such a gem. It is self-sufficient.
Sure.
There's no taxpayer dollars here.
Right.
And, you know, the vision that Mr. Butler had for this, I mean, was amazing.
Absolutely.
And it really, people don't come to visit it that live here.
And the directors, they do a good job with different programs throughout the year. I bring my kids down for certain programs that they have.
You know, I think appearance of a downtown area is 90% of the game. You know, it's clean, well maintained. You always have, you know, the flower baskets or the snowflakes in the winter.
Sure.
And I mean, it really makes the city feel safe and like a place you'd want to walk around.
Right.
And you've got a lot more coming to enhance the appearance of downtown.
Sure, yeah. I mentioned the downtown revitalization, and with that is infrastructure to try to clean up the appearance. One grant we just secured is a CMAQ grant, a federal grant of $2 million for our traffic signalization infrastructure, and that's going to include new infrastructure for our signals, mast arms to get rid of the sagging wires to clean it up. We have another grant in the works, a TAP grant, Transportation Alternate Program grant, $500,000. New sidewalks, curb ramps, decorative crosswalks, all on Main Street and in the downtown area. So that's something we realized as well, was we need to make sure we clean up as a city, the appearance, enhance the infrastructure. Something else we started through the city and the Niles CIC is a grant program for small businesses located in the downtown area where we'll help them clean up their properties. So if you're in need for a new facade, new sidewalks, new signage, the city and the CIC have grant dollars set aside for our small businesses to help them clean up their properties as well.
We'll be right back with more local flavor.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
To own a business where your name's on the window can be pretty cool. That's my family. My name is Danny Catullo, and I'm the owner of Catullo Prime Meats. My grandfather started the business in 1962. I was able to take our old-style butcher shop and bring it out to the new age using e-commerce to get our products to more customers. When we started shipping, there was not a ton of information out there. That's where we really worked with FedEx so they could be able to help us with our perishable shipping. We were taking on new purchases that we never had to make before. Boxes, coolers, ice packs, anything that was involved around shipping. So we can no longer do this with the cash that we had on hand. So because of the Plum Card from American Express and all of its benefits, it was a natural fit to help grow our business. And when someone calls and lets you know that you made their dinner, that's satisfaction that you can't get anywhere else.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
They fell in love with Benjamin Moore's Van Dusen Blue, but tried to match it using another brand's paint.
It'll grow on us, right?
Yeah.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Well, towards the end of summer, you see lots of plum in the grocery stores. And I just love plums. Black plums, red plums. I don't care, they're just so sweet. And I've never really made a dessert with them. Well, my friend Martin makes this great dessert called Plumble. And it is just a delicious, easy dessert for summer. For the plum marinade, you'll need 10 medium-sized ripe plums, any variety, pit removed and sliced about 1/4 inch thick, zest from 1 lemon, juice from 1 lemon, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. For the crumble topping, you'll need 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cardamom, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 6 tablespoons of unsalted chilled butter cut into small pieces, and 1/4 cup of chopped pecans. Well, I've already assembled all of the plums. Love the black plums, they call these. I love them. They're so dark and good. But I also love the red plums. So I use a mixture of both. And now we'll just make the marinade. We'll add the brown sugar and the cornstarch and the cardamom. Now you could use this plain, but I think it's more of an enhancer to the cinnamon or nutmeg or whatever you're using. So I use 1/2 and 1/2, and then the salt. And now what we're gonna do is finely zest 1 lemon. And then we need the juice of this lemon. So I'll use that same one. Love my little juicing tool. And we will just extract all of the lemon juice. Now what we're gonna do is just mix this together. Right, a little bit messy. And then once everything is blended, we just let this sit and marinate for about 15 minutes. Now we are going to assemble the crumble, and this is very, very easy. We're going to use the food processor with the blade attachment, and I'm going to add the all-purpose flour. I'm going to add the cinnamon, the cardamom again, kind of repeat ingredients, the salt, and the brown sugar. All right? So all I'm gonna do is pulse this until it's combined. Okay, so it just has like a meal, texture, thoroughly combined. Smells so good. Now take the chilled butter, and you're going to just spread that around. So after you add the butter, just keep pulsing it. It'll be all blended together, but keep pulsing it until it forms chunks. So now we have everything ready to assemble. I have already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. And it looks like this is marinated nicely. It's been about 15 minutes, lots of juices, and that is what we want. So for the size of the baking dish, I'm going to use this 8x8, but make sure it is high, about 2 inches high, because you don't want the juices to overflow. So here we go. We are going to drop, look at this, all these beautiful plums into the dish. All you're going to do is take it and form it with your hand, and then use different sized pieces and evenly distribute it over the top of the plums. Okay, so we have all of the crumbled topping on, and last but not least, I like to use pecans. Pistachios are great, walnuts, whatever you have, and just sprinkle the very top with some chopped nuts as a final little crunch. All right, so now we will put this in the oven for 45 minutes. Put it in the lower third, and it's gonna be nice and bubbly, and you want the top to be a golden brown. And if it isn't browned enough, we'll just stick it under the broiler for a couple minutes. Well, look at this. Is this not beautiful? I pulled it out of the oven exactly 45 minutes. Really didn't need to go under the broiler. And it is delicious. Let it sit for about 10-15 minutes before you serve it. And it's still nice and warm. I'm serving it on a la mode with a little vanilla ice cream. And it is so good. And it's so easy. You don't even have to peel the plums. How beautiful is this? I've got to thank my buddy Martin for his plumble recipe because you are going to love it. Just go to my website, caseymaloneshow.com, and look for Martin's plumble recipe. Hurry up and make this. Plums are in season at a great price, and you will be making this through the end of summer. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. I am here at the Magic Tree Pub and Eatery with Rude the Dude. Summertime is here.
Yes, finally it's here. Right here we got a few of our handcrafted summer cocktails for you that you can enjoy on our beautiful patio that is now finally open. Every day, open to close. We also now have live entertainment every Friday from 8 to 11 on the patio. If it rains outside, we bring the bands inside.
That's right. They've got you covered. And don't forget, if you have an event coming up like a baby shower, bridal shower, or rehearsal dinner, the room is available. Call and book your date now. And I really love the food truck.
Yes.
They come to you.
Yes, we now have Magic Tree on the go, as you can see in our background. So take a look for us. We'll be around town, different locations, sharing some of our Magic Tree specials with you on the road.
That's right. Magic Tree Pub and Eatery has you covered.
Get ready for summertime adventures with a new car from Boardman Mitsubishi. Planning a road trip? You'll love the comfort and performance of the award-winning 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Take a test drive and see for yourself. All new vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. For the hottest cars and exceptional service, look no further than Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown dealer since 1999.
Donate now. Gavacamp has a generous family that will match every dollar you donate. Help us build a barrier-free educational camp for our friends with special needs. Visit our website or call for more details. Giving is living.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I'm all about local, and my bank is Farmers National Bank. Farmers is the true hometown bank in the Mahoning Valley, standing strong for our local families and businesses since 1887. Farmers is also future-focused with a lab branch, interactive teller machines, and best-in-class mobile mortgage app. We've all learned the value of local relationships, businesses, and communities. Switch to Farmers.
They fell in love with Benjamin Moore's Van Dusen Blue, but tried to match it using another brand's paint.
It'll grow on us, right?
Yeah.
This is Frank Moses, and he and his family own Gold Star Theaters. And in Austintown, which is where we are right now, they have the Austintown Cinema right out on Mahoning Avenue. And you've done a beautiful job in updating this theater.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. First of all, thank you for coming to our theater.
Well, I love that it's independently owned. You know, I like that you and your family own, what, 5, 6, how many theaters throughout?
We're 5 in the chain right now.
5 in the chain? I mean,
hopefully
that's
growing.
nice.
So, yeah, it is.
But I think what's really funny is your timing. So when you decided that, you know, Regal was no longer going to be the agent here, you know, tell what happened.
We took over the lease here in January 1st of 2020 with an anticipation of opening April 1st of that year. And as everybody experienced,
COVID had other plans for you.
COVID hit us in March and changed our plans on that. So we had to rethink it all in a sense on our opening and just, you know, try to ride the wave out. So we finally opened it in September. You know, soft openings. Problem we were having as all industry, no content.
So when you did the remodel, and we'll be going in and looking at the different theaters, you tore out all the seating and everyone now.
Yeah, we did a big remodel here. We spent over $2.5 million in this facility here. We gutted it completely. You know, at the time when COVID hit, you were wondering what we did, you know, but no, it was the right move. We redid the entire complex. We put all new luxury seats in, recliners, electronic recliners in the whole place. We upgraded all the sound equipment to 7.1 Dolby. We put all the digital in that is needed for this time. Again, we put all new concession in. We upgraded the food. We put alcohol into the facility. So we tried to give the community the amenities that we felt that they would appreciate. And they have been wonderful supporters.
And you really opened things up. I mean, you have the party room back here for birthdays.
Yes.
And I mean, I think adult birthdays would actually work there too.
You know what? As the market continues and the comfort level, we're seeing more and more parties being booked there. Weekends, weekdays. Yeah, we could hold up to about 24 people in there. We had a few business groups come in and utilize it for that as well. So yeah, it's really catching on. We're still advertising. We want the community to know what we could offer here. So
I mean, it is a great facility. And you have 10 screens.
Yes, 10
Do you
auditoriums.
always run 10 different movies, or when they're really popular, you double them up?
So you hit today. Today's a big drop. Today's Batman. The Batman's opening up. So we have about 4 auditoriums where we're running Batman in. So almost half of the theater is going to be all Batman.
Now, how awesome is this? Look at this. Bill, I wish you could join us for some popcorn, watching the movie. These are wonderful.
Is it anything any better than this? Look at this.
No, it's like being at home and you don't have to clean up. I love it. Now, this is one of your biggest auditoriums here.
It is.
How many seats does this have?
We've got 160 seats in this auditorium here.
Wow.
But if you notice, they're spaced out.
It is.
Comfort
I
level.
mean, you know, it's very nice.
You can lay back. If you notice, they're all
I know, you
reclining.
can go way back.
Yeah.
I mean,
and what's nice, when people get up, you don't have to put your seat down. They walk in front of you. There's so much space.
The aisles are so nice and wide. I did notice that because you know, but this is a great theater.
Isn't it?
It really is. I could take a nap here. Do you find your employees sometimes sneaking in and catching a couple weeks?
No.
So
they better not, but.
I won't tell.
And then, Casey, if you notice, each seat is numbered.
And
I was telling you, because of reserved seating, you go online, you buy your ticket, it has your number on your seat, you come right to your seat.
Well, and you know, the thing is, then you don't have to worry about your getting there, rushing to get there, wondering if you and your party can sit together and all that stuff. How long have you been in the movie theater business?
Now, I got involved in 1994 in Newcastle. There was a little 3-plex in a plaza that our family used to operate, and I got involved in that little 3-plex. And we grew that 3-plex into a 9-plex. And then from there, we moved on and started growing. About 4 or 5 years later, we opened up the Shenango Valley Cinemas up in Hermitage.
Okay.
We did that. I also then acquired one up there. It was a discount house that we opened up. When we opened up, there was another theater in the market that closed. So we reopened that as a discount house and brought in older movies and played at the discount house. Then from there, we went down into Pittsburgh. Opened a theater down there called the Century Square Cinemas, another full luxury cinemas like this. And then from there we moved down to Cumberland, Maryland, and took over an old AMC down there that, again, the lease expired and we went in and we renovated it similar to this here. And then from there we then came over here and did Austintown. And again, here's what we call our library right here. And
so this is where the downloads come from?
We download it through here. This is brings it in from the satellite, and we take it here. And we build it right here. We'll build a movie here, and when we mean build it, we'll put the different trailers in it
and the different previews, and then commercials.
We put the advertisement in, the different commercials into it there, and that's what we call our build. And then what we do, once we're done here, it'll ship it, the computer will ship it to the all the projectors for film. We even put the times to start, so nobody needs to be up here. We don't come up here. Unless there's an issue, no one needs to be up here. It'll start by itself, brings the lights up. It brings the lights up, it brings the lights down, it starts the movie, it does it all. When the movie's done, the lights automatically come back, and it's all controlled, computer. So
and then they'll, when you're done with the movie, it just gets erased.
So interesting, the film companies control that. They give us what they call a key to show it. And that key has a lot of data in it. It tells our computer when we could play it, the week we could play it, and when that week is done, that movie's locked.
You just have so many vivid memories when you go to the movies. You really do.
It does. It's good. It's a wonderful. Again, a couple hours take your mind away from everything.
Exactly.
Puts you in an environment that's totally,
and you don't have to think.
You don't have to think or
the
nothing.
Phone
just
is
enjoy
off. Nothing is in your way except that screen.
Just enjoy it.
What are some of your favorite movies?
Well,
what movies really make an impact?
I like the action movies. I'm not going to lie. I like something to take my mind away. So I'm big on the Marvels. I like the sci-fi movies as well. But I also like a Downton Abbey.
Wow, that is quite.
Isn't that a change from one end to the other end?
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.